We are recording.
Yay! Well, hello everyone. Happy first of the month. It's Mark's Madness. It's officially my favorite month of the year. This is when Mark goes a little bit crazy. Usually gives us that extension. High five, you guys. Emerald bonus. How many of you have some emeralds on the team or almost emeralds or rubies that you know are really racing after this? How many of you are going after that bonus yourself? Awesome. Yay. Tash, what's that? I don't like that. You decide. We drop it in the chat. Tell me what's going on. I'm so excited for you guys. That emerald bonus is huge. And emeralds, here's the thing. Emeralds make diamonds. I'm going to let this cat out because it's going to be the death of me. Go. Get out of here. Okay, I promise not to be distracted. All right. So yeah, Katie and I wanted to pull the Zoom together, because we pulled some reports and we saw that you guys freaking crushed it last month. Our team volume, you guys, we went up about 90,000 across the board. That's huge. We increased our sales $90,000 in 1 month as a team. And I want to say that to you, not to toot our own horn or make you feel bad about the volume that you don't have yet, but to put it into perspective that when you start to gain this momentum, this snowball effect takes over. And as you grow and as your team grows, these months that these major months that we have like this, 90,000, over 600 new distributors in the crew. That's incredible. It's all across the board. Australia blowing up, Guam blowing up. We had a couple in Canada, Europe. I'm just so excited. It's been great to watch you guys really take these bonuses and run with them. And so Katie and I were talking about some of the things that we did in the beginning that really helped us launch out of the gate super fast, because I went diamond in 30 days. Katie had 19 distributors in her first, or 19 loyal customers in her first month. Look at that, Katie. I'm just speaking that over you. 19 distributors. You better chase that number now. I don't know why I said that. And 9 plus 1 is 10, and I've been seeing 10s all along. So it just keeps reminding me, team 10, everything, guys, all the 10s, all the numbers, all the wins. So we wanted to put this Zoom together just to talk to you about not only high five you because you grew your team, you were signing new distributors, you're following the steps to success, but it's not just enough, right? It's not enough to just put them in. We've got to put them in. We have to give them the tools that they need. We need to really focus on layered leadership. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're going to teach you how to really dig down with your newbies. Now, you guys know just as well as we do that it doesn't matter. You could go and sign 10 new distributors tomorrow, but unless we teach them how to sign loyal customers, you don't get paid. We don't get paid. None of us get paid. So it really is about the loyal customers. They are the lifeblood of this business. But to make that big long-term residual income that you guys want, whether it's $5,000 a month, $15,000 a month, or $50,000 a month, don't let me slow your roll there. If you're already one of those people claiming black diamond, then you go. It's always going to come back to these loyal customers. It's always going to come back to the steps to success. It's always going to come back to the 400 club. It's always going to come back to duplication, layered leadership, and community and excitement. So Katie, before we really dive head first, and I asked, what are you thinking? This isn't your first rodeo. You just came out of conference. I'm just going to toot your horn for a second. You made a decision. You said, I'm ready to take it to the next level. You knocked through your own roadblocks and own doubts, and you've been crazy consistent, doing things all across the board for your team, for leadership, for the newbies. You printed out lists. You were text messaging every single new distributor on your team, inviting them to get on a Zoom with you. And I just love it. So I wanted to give you a shout out and congratulate you for having a killer month as well.
Thank you.
But what do you want to say to everybody who's on, knowing that they've got new distributors, knowing that they're going after that emerald bonus as well?
Oh my gosh, like Sarah and I were just talking about, being that mentor for somebody, and like you just sponsored a new person, and the best thing I did for my business ever was putting myself in Sarah's back pocket. So really take these new people, whether you signed one or three or six or 12, however many new team members you sign, this is your new team member. This is your new business partner. So take them under your wing, because the best thing I ever did was really just take advantage of being around Sarah all the time, or, if you don't live close to each other, being on the phone. But we did all these reports today and we're like, oh my gosh, look at these people that are enrolling. You guys, it starts with one. If you're on the Zoom or you're listening to the recording, you signed one. This one person can change your business, can change your team. And so I just know that, like, with that one, now you go teach that one to sign one and one and one and one. And like March is like February, it was almost like we were warming up the year. And the numbers really were up. And I mean, you guys, I don't know. I'm just proud of everybody that did it. And there are so many people on our team that maybe didn't sign somebody yet. So help your team have the wins and be like, hey, can I help you close these people? Can I help you talk to these people or whatever? Because we want everybody to be rewarded, and we're really working on recognition. And this is part of that. And I've been in for 5 years. I see it. I know. And I just want you guys to remember that somebody trusted you with changing their future. And so we just have to really take care of them. Now, we do have to remember, the numbers game. You sign 10, some are going to fall off right away, whatever. But you just act like every single person that joins your team is going Ambassador Diamond, and believe in them so much. Because that was really what helped me in the beginning, is because Sarah really believed in me until I believed in myself, really.
To piggyback off of that, Katie, you really do have to focus on speaking life and encouragement into your new distributors and really helping them dig down and figure out, what do they want? Why did they get started? What do they want? Why do they want it? And is there anything that would hold them back? What would hold you back from making that happen? I always love asking that question to them, because they'll tell you. It might be their confidence. It might be their, negative aunt. It might be that they don't know many people. Address that right in the beginning. And a question that I always love to ask my newbies is, listen, Keisha, it's only a matter of when we hit that first roadblock together. So when that does happen, do you want me to call you and remind you of why you got started? Do you want me to reach out and really have this tough love conversation with you? Or do you just want me to leave you alone? What type of person are you? And they'll tell you. And I've not had any single person tell me, leave me alone. They always say, reach out, have that tough love conversation with me. And speaking life into them, here's what I want to say, okay? So we're speaking life. We believe, we love, we lift up. Like Katie said, she knows that she knows that she knows that she knows. And I know that I know that I know. And I'm going to freak out because I can't get these messages off my freaking computer. I know that I know that I know that anyone can do this, but I also know that some will, some won't. And the way that I have to look at it is, so what? So I have a 3-point touch point, right? 3 times I'm going to reach out to you after you sign. If you ignore me 3 times, for me, your name goes like on the top right-hand side of my chart, but it comes off of my chart. Does that make sense? So I no longer have you in a position or a place that I would need you in to advance. Like, I'm not going to put somebody like that in a Ruby box, right? So I put their name off to the side of the chart just to be that little reminder, like, hey, touch base with Susie. She signed up, but every so often I'll drop a little love. But I have 3 times that I touch base with these people. And so as you've got your new distributor, the first thing you want to do, if you can't get in their back, you can't get them in your back pocket. Katie was right down the road from me. We were local together. So she was able to just come over to the house, open up the computer, work together. We got in the car and went on road trips to 1-to-1 missions, to mini boot camps, anything that we could get to within an 8-hour driving distance, we did it. And so I really encourage you guys to do that. And you have the blessing of already knowing when the green carpet dates are going on. Start asking. Make that part of your new distributor checklist. Ask them to come to whatever green carpet with you, whichever one you're going to, all 3, whatever it is. You know that you've got team all over the place. the next thing I would suggest for you as their leaders is to find what one team, one mission is closest to them. Go through the events calendar. Is there anything coming up that's anywhere close to them? If the answer is yes, get them there, get them invited, connect them to somebody in the crew that can be a welcoming source for them. If there is nothing like that, then make it your mission to somehow make them a part of the next event that you go to. So for me, I love to do little groups on Voxer, and I'll just hit the button and let my group hear whatever's happening. Or if I'm sitting at a table with Kyla at Pentecost, you better believe I'm like, bloop, I got that Voxer open. I'm sending Katie a message, and she's like the little bug on the table was just eating everything up. So, think about the ways that you can get your team plugged in. We want to really encourage those corporate calls. In the beginning for me, and I know Katie, this was huge for you too. Those corporate calls, 3 of them, we've got 3 every single week. Get them downloading the apps, right? The Office app, Voxer, the Wrap app, and Zoom, clearly. Those are the 4 musts. But those corporate calls are going to give them confidence. They're going to give them insight, and they're going to give them courage, right? Those 3 things that they really need. I think why I was so successful in this business from the get-go was I met somebody, right? I got to put my hands on them. They were real people. They spoke life into me. They said, you can do whatever you want, but if you give me the next 5 years, I will teach you how to make $100,000 a month. And I didn't even skip a beat. I was like, yes. So they asked for my commitment, and you guys, you're the enroller, right? So what I want you to know is not everyone deserves to work with you. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Not everyone deserves to work with you. So when you're talking to your newbie, do a pros and cons list in the back of your head. If you can color code it, whatever your thing is, that's good. Did they set up their auto ship? That's green, right? If they're like, no, I don't want an auto ship, that's a red. I put that red block on, and I know I'm lacking commitment right there. That's a weak spot. If they're willing to set up those launch parties, I set up 3. No ifs, ands, or buts. Within the first 7 days of being in this business, 7 to 10, okay? 3 launch parties. 1 practice party with all of your peeps, right? Best friends, we can do it through Facebook, we can do it through Zoom, we can do it belly to belly, whatever works for you. The second one is the actual wrap party. And that 3rd one I like to set up as an online event that I do just with them, just with their prospects, just with their customers. So 3 launch parties scheduled, no excuses. But if you start saying this to them, and now mind you, I like to have already had that, what do you want? Why do you want it? How can I help you? Conversation before that, so that while I'm saying, all right, Keisha, we're going to get this launch party set up. Now I know what you really want is to make enough money to bring your husband home, to be a full-time family, to be able to travel, to be able to eat what you want and do what you want and be with whom you want. And so you told me that we have to make $5,000 a month to do that. So if we have to make $5,000 a month, we know that we've got to go double, triple diamond. So not only are we going to do our steps to success, but we need to get your launch party set up right away. And if Keisha is like, yeah, note it, okay? If they're giving you the green light, if they're participating, if they're answering, if they're jumping on the corporate call, if they're getting on tonight's newbie Zoom, those are the workhorses. Those are the people you invest your time into. Those are the people that you spend that 1/3, right? Because 1/3 of your time is spent building your business, signing your loyal customers, signing your new distributors, networking for your business. 1/3 of your time is spent helping your team. Counts as part of that 1/3 for me, right? So at 1/3 of your time spent building their business, and 1/3 of your time spent on personal development. I'm going to hit this with you guys because I got you here. Here's what I want you to know. First of all, I know everybody couldn't get on tonight, but let's just say that with the people we're missing, that there's 100 of us out of 1,500 in the crew. Okay, so you are right now the 1% that signed up last month. That's huge. That's an amazing accomplishment. It's a huge high five. I know you guys are hungry, and it doesn't matter how many distributors you signed last month. I know you want to sign more distributors, but we also have to teach them, and we have to focus ourselves on signing customers. Okay, because that's where you're going to get those fast start bonuses. So Keisha, you signed 6, that's 200, that's 500, that's $600 cash right there, right? Don't let that slip through your fingers. It seems like no big deal. It's just $100. If I miss it, it's just $100. That's $100. Okay. Let's talk about what we can do with the $100 before you just throw it away. And if you're considering keeping a customer for yourself instead of cashing out on that bonus, here's what I would tell you. Be honest. How big of a customer order is it going to have to be to make you $100? We make 10 to 15% on our customers. That order, I mean, I'm no mathematician, but I know it would have to be like $1,000 order to make $100, right? And so if you're being stingy and you're like, I'm not going to place this fit 30 under so-and-so because they haven't signed their first one yet. Just remind yourself that with that fit 30, you take care of that customer. You love that customer. That's your customer. But don't forget why you started. You started to put money in your pocket, right? And food on your table. So don't miss your fast start bonuses. Katie, I know you had a list of some things too, and I just kind of wanted you to be able to speak up and interject anything you'd like to, because you are Presidential Diamond and you have been consistently on point your entire career. I mean, you've had your ups and downs like anybody else in the business, but you really you were coachable. That's what I loved about finding you. Katie was a blitz for me, you guys. I blitzed her at a bar, right? I was out, she was working, slid her a blitz card. Customer for 2 years. She was my first wrap party, one of my first loyal customers. Customer for 2 years, sent me referrals. So I'll just side note that. Ask your customers for referrals. And she finally joined the business when I was a Presidential Diamond, because I finally could say, look how much money I'm making. You're crazy. Join my team. And she did. But what I loved about her is she was always coachable. I told her to set up the auto ship. She didn't question me. I told her we had to go to events. She was like, when do I get to go? Do I get to stay the night? What should I wear? You know? I told her, go get your first 4 loyal customers. She went and found 19. And so I knew immediately, this is somebody that I want to put under my wing, that I want to teach every step of the way how to make it through. And so we kind of went into like a marriage agreement together. I was like, Katie, listen, we're pretty much like getting married. And so like, there's going to be hard times, and I'm probably going to upset you sometimes, and you're probably going to upset me. I want you to, be able to talk to me and tell me if you get stuck somewhere, if something hurts you or something bothers you, talk to me. And so build that relationship with them. That doesn't mean that you're going to be as blessed as I am and end up being best friends with your new distributor. That might not be the case. And honestly, some days I'm like, I wish I wasn't her friend, because then maybe she would listen to me, right? But you can love everyone for who they are at that point in the business from where they're at, right? We have to adjust our perspective. So before I ramble about a little bit about charting and some of my ideas, Katie, I wanted to give you an opportunity to interject anything you'd like to say on getting your team launched correctly.
Oh, I think you're just touching on everything. And Sarah, just a minute ago when you were talking about everything, I actually clicked on I got a notification to click on my on this day. I'm going to say this without crying. On this day, 2 years ago, I earned my $100,000 bonus and went presidential. So I had like tears in my eyes as I was like scrolling through all of those posts. But like, that's going to be all of you guys. So I'm just so excited because, back then, like doing it by myself was awesome, but it wasn't as fun as if everybody was doing it with me, right? Like Jen went triple and Alex went triple and I went presidential, but like, I want like 10 triples and 10 presidentials, and just like, that's going to be you guys, because you guys are enrolling. And so like when people, like what Sarah was just saying, like the red flags of people giving you slack for having a launch party. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's been 5 years. Launch parties are where it's at. Um, they need to have a good customer base, and you're going to know, like, try to put them in your pocket. But if they're resisting you, you're going to know they don't deserve your time, and you're going to go find more. But I really think that sometimes sorry, I'm moving around because of my internet. I think sometimes we make it sound too easy. Like, oh, all you have to do is make a few Facebook posts and you can do this right from your phone. And then all of a sudden, we want them to do more than post on Facebook, and we want them to do more than just sit on their couch on their phone. So I think maybe while we're talking to people for our future enrollments for this month, and letting them know this is a business. It's a fun business, but it's a business. And we can't just enroll and leave them. We've got to be that mentor. I don't know that I know that we've talked about these things already, and you have more to say, but
and I think the way to do that, and the way to connect with your team as efficiently as possible, because you can't get stuck on the phone, and you got to remember, talking to your distributors for 8 hours a day, it might grow your business, but that's 1/3 of your time. And if you're spending 100% of your time doing that, then you're in management mode, and it just gets really dangerous. So use Voxer, right? Katie and I live, love, breathe, sleep, eat. Like, I hear the beep in my sleep. I'll be out and about, and if anybody around me has Voxer, I'm like, who are you? What do you do? Why are you using this
you
app?
can hear like that boxer bleep, bloop, bloop, bloop from like miles away. But I think too, like talking to your distributors about things outside of business, like, hey girl, how was your day? How was your weekend? What'd you do? And, Sarah would always call me, and this is how the conversation would go. Be like, hello. And she'd be like, hey. And I'd be like, hey. And she'd go, how was your weekend? And how are things going? I'd tell her about my weekend, and she'd be like, so how are things going? And that led a really open, that was basically a question that leaves things open. What are they going to say to you next? When you say, how are things going? Are they going to ramble on about how they're going through some tough breakup and excuse? Or are they going to be like, well, I'm talking to a couple people and I've got a party next week. Like, are they going to lead into business, or are they going to bitch about something? For me, if I'm like, hey, how are you? Ask them how their weekend was. How was your trip over to here or there? So how's it going? If they lead into business, I know that we can be great business partners, like we can be friends, but they want to be my business partner. So I think like that was something really awesome that you always did, was you called me to see how my weekend was, but then you said, how are things going? And if I started talking business, you knew that you were going to work with me because I was thinking about my business. So I think just calling your distributors and saying, hey.
Quick tip off of that, because Katie brought up a great point. If they do start diving into the bitching, the moaning, the whining, the excuses, you've got to protect your brain space, right? You ain't got time for that. And like I said, not everybody deserves to work with you, so keep that in mind. But here's what I like to do. If the conversation starts to take that nosedive, I'll just say, hey, Stacy, can I be honest with you? And they'll be like, yeah, because they want you to, right? And I'm like, all right, no, but for real, Stacy, do you want me to be like the friend that's like, yeah, those jeans look good on you? Or do you want me to be the friend that's like, Stacy, those are mom jeans. Your ass does not look good in those ones. Girl, go put on another pair. We're not leaving while you wear those. What kind of friend do you want me to be? And they always say, I want you to be the one to tell me that my ass looks fat in the jeans. I want you to be the one to tell me the truth. And that's kind of giving me permission to then say, man, you started this conversation out kind of negative. And I know you got started with me. And then this goes back to that beginning, that what, why, what. You got started with me because you want. And so far, all you've talked to me about are all of your excuses. Stop. Don't say anything. Let her work it out. Let her work through it. She might get mad. She might get defensive. You remain very neutral because you love. You love, and you'll show her the way if she asks for help, if she wants to get through it. But if she just wants to keep making excuses, you've got to keep running around the track, right? You can't slow your horse down to stick up with the slowest horse on the track. You always want to try to be your fastest horse. And so it kind of goes back to that notion of, remember, you can lead a group of 100,000. You can lead a group of 1,000,000, right? But you can only carry one on your back. So what are you going to do? Some of you yellows will be like, oh, I don't want him to be discouraged. I have to help. I have to problem solve. Listen, I went through that phase in my business about year 5. I turned into a full-time psychologist, right? Guess how much I got paid for that? Not enough, and I make good money. It'll eat you alive, so just don't do it. It goes back to to what we like to say, that if you get the person right, the business works. If they're coachable, if they're willing to learn, if they're willing to talk to you, if they're willing to have honest conversations, you're going to be together and you're going to be successful for a really long time. If not, the sooner you know it, the better, right? Because you want to build your foundation with bricks, not with sticks. Katie, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just wanted to piggyback off of that, because sometimes I think that we can feel bad and like we want them to want to talk to us, and so we'll let the excuses and the bullshit and the negativity and the happen. And for me, I just now value myself and my time and my brain space enough not to. Joey, knock it off. Or I love them enough. Like, your job as a leader now is to be brave enough to have a conversation that matters, right? Because Pam Souter looked at me and she said, I'm not a quitter, I'm not a liar, and that's why I'm a multimillionaire. So what are you going to do, Sarah? Are you going to quit? And I was like, what? She scared me straight, right? Or Cammie, give me 5 years. Cammie could have pussyfooted around and been like nervous. Oh, I don't want to ask her for 5 years. What if that freaks her out? What if she decides to quit? She was like, give me 5 years. I'll teach you how to do this. Are you in? I didn't even have to think about it. I was all in at that very moment. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Know that everybody can do this, but not everyone will. Know that your success is not determined by their success. Know that if somebody quits your team, it's not because of you. Know that what is for you will not pass you. Know that God places each and every person in your life for a reason, even if it's just a season, right? A season for a reason. I've had people in my business for years that I thought would be with lifers with me that weren't, that broke my heart. I was devastated. We were close. I had people stand in my wedding that went to another company and stole food right off my table, right? It broke my heart. We were close. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That was me.
You, and it's driving. I'm like, God, I can't turn my ding off. I'm going to have to do it for the next Zoom. But know that just like Jesus knew that he was going to be betrayed, he knew his job was to love. That was it. That was his purpose. That was his place. That was his thing. And remember, he didn't have 12,000 people following him. He had 12. Okay? So don't think that just because you've got 12 Facebook friends or 12 followers or 12 likes or any of that, that determines where you're going with this business. You determine where you're going with this business. And your job your job is simple. Your job is to sign loyal customers and to sign distributors. Your job is to speak life, positivity, and health over everyone that you meet, right? Prosperity over everyone that you meet. Your job is to just be the conduit, just be the lighthouse, lead them to where they need to go. Some will follow and some won't, but it's ultimately up to you guys to decide what this next month is going to look like. I encourage you to really dig down, help them have those wins. Like Katie said, those first 4 loyal customers are essential. The sooner you get them making money, if they're not making money in 30 days, here's what happens. If they're not making money in 30 days, if they didn't get their shopping spree, if they haven't fallen in love with the product or made a really good friend, they're gone. That's the truth, right? Relationship, the physical change of the product, the community, right? Money, emotion. If they're not emotionally attached, they're gone. And here's the thing too, guys, no confidence equals no commitment. So I'm going to say that real quick because I spent last year recruiting a lot of broken, unconfident, no confidence people. And guess what happened? Nothing. And you know what I did? I spun my wheels the whole year trying to teach confidence before I could even teach how to blitz, before I could even teach you how to talk to a customer, before I could even teach you about growing your team. And yes, that's something I love doing. I love people having breakthroughs, but I can be just that powerful just posting stuff about confidence on my page. And I wasted so much time spinning my wheels trying to help people find the confidence. But if you get the person right, the business works. Now, that's not to say, I know Carrie's got an amazing before and after. She maybe wasn't entirely confident in her own skin, but she was a confident woman. She had confidence about her, right? You might be confident behind the keyboard. That's cool. You could be a keyboard warrior, right? They do great at this business. But you've got to have confidence somewhere and in something. And what I can tell you as a coach for the past 8 years, the sooner you get them connected, the sooner you get them plugged in, the sooner you get them tasting, feeling, seeing, smelling, breathing, believing, dreaming, the sooner they're going to be successful, the stronger your team's going to be, the bigger your community is going to grow, the more powerful your influence is going to be. And I promise you, it does not matter. You will never regret investing love and light and positivity into someone, even if they break your heart, even if they leave you, even if they do the unthinkable. And it's absolutely worth it. So when I say dream breathing, you speak life into that. You tell them, it's okay. I know you're nervous, but I know this works. So I want you to send this message. Okay. And if they keep saying, I'm nervous, you guys remember my saying, are you nervous or are you excited? One is positive and one is negative. You cannot be both. You have to choose. Are you nervous or are you excited? One is positive, one is negative. You can't be both. So which one are you? They always choose excited. And I'll say, what makes you nervous? What makes you feel that way? And they'll usually tell you, in which case you can connect them to somebody that maybe could help them or a product, right? Confianza, get some confianza in their system. But I want to stress a little bit. Katie and I went through a list. We were like, okay, dream breathing, steps to success, get your charts out. You've got your chart on the wall. Use pencil because that thing changes every single day. Talk about upselling, right? ADVV auto ship is the law. So for those of you, we'll be contacting you here within the next couple of days to talk to you about your newbies. Some of you have been notorious about not signing them up with auto ships. Now I know that sometimes they can be there, they can go and sign up and not turn it on. But for me, I'm so involved with the sign up process. I'm either on the phone with them, I'm texting them all through the way. And I tell you very honestly, no, you're going to leave that auto ship set up. We want you to be commission qualified for the following month. I want you to be eligible to get that $100 shopping spree. I would like to be able to get my bonus. And as that 30-day mark approaches, we will come together and we will find this perfect package of products for you to use. You don't have to keep getting racks if you don't want to, but let's leave that set up for now. We'll come back and we'll edit it because we can come back and we can edit it and we can revisit it. And if not, at least it's set up and they at least get racks that they can at least turn into rack cash, right? Or they freak out, they quit, and they cancel anyways. So hit that up, get that. But also just remember that 4 loyal customers is the minimum. Okay, and do you guys want to have a minimum BV team? Do you want to have a minimum diamond paycheck? Do you want to make the minimum every single month? You don't have to be a massive enroller, but you do have to teach auto ship. You do have to teach the steps to success. You do have to teach that the minimum is 400. Each and every one of us should have 400 PBV. I keep a customer for me, I give a customer to them. I keep a customer for me, I give a customer to them because it's so important for me to also have that personal bonus volume. Now, some of you might not agree with me on that, and maybe you want to place all your customers because maybe you do have those CAB bonuses available to you. And if it came down to me keeping a customer for me or getting a CAB bonus, I would always pick my CAB bonus first. So I'll just say that. But I also make it my mission to keep myself in the 400 club because I'm not going to ask anything of you that I'm not willing to do myself, right? So I'll just put that out there. And upselling. We're going to be talking a lot this month. Here's the thing. Katie and I went through, this is two blues came together, and I think Katie somehow morphed into a green overnight, and like we're turning into this weird, it's not even purple, it's kind of purple because there's some red in there too, because we're like, okay, we're printing out CAB reports, we're like seeing the money and like doing all the things now. But we planned out a Sunday Zoom every single Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so right about now, 15 minutes from now, on Sundays, so Aussies, that would be your Monday. We're going to be breaking up every single product, going through and doing a product education. So by 2 months straight. So first week we've got, the keto team. Second week we're doing weight loss. Third week we're doing lifestyle. Fourth week we're doing vitals and body contouring. Fifth week we're doing skincare. Sixth week, we're going through absolutely everything, giving you all of the juicy tidbits and knowledge and research and all the green bull crap that you don't need to know, and we're going to give it to you all in a Zoom because we want to teach you how to stop 8:30, Amber, how to stop taking what you can get and how to start focusing on how to position yourself to sell product packages that are going to increase your paycheck, that are going to increase your volume, that's going to actually give your customer results that keeps them around. If you're just out selling hair, skin, and nails, and hair, skin, and nails, and hair, skin, and nails, listen, you're missing out on a lot of money because that little customer, although interested in hair, skin, and nails, probably needs 2 to 3 of our other products. And if you just focused on asking the right questions, you would get down to the bottom of it. So we're going to help you by doing that. We've also got a Ruby Zoom set up. So this is going to be for, did we say, Katie, Ruby's going emerald. Ruby's going forward, right?
Yes.
Rubies are higher.
For people that are actually lifetime rank Ruby.
And want to go get that bonus or whatever. That's going to be on Tuesday the 6th. And we'll get all this out for you as well. And then this is what I need your guys' help on. I'm going to put this, I know this is a lot of information coming at you, but Monday the 5th is the It Works anniversary. So what I would like to do as a team for a gift for It Works would be if you could all make one quick little video of you, hold your phone up and down so we all have the same way, saying, happy anniversary, It Works. I wouldn't even say happy anniversary, It Works, because I'm going to open it up. So because of It Works, and you can say, hey, Mike, hey, Mark, hey, Pam, or you can put a little personality in there. You can say something. I want to make the video fun, but keep it very short because I'm going to put all of our videos together and put some cool music to it. And
15 seconds or less, guys.
Because of It Works, 15 seconds or less. Because of It Works, I was able to take the kids to Disney World this summer and have the best vacation with my family ever. Because of It Works, I was able to pay off all my student loan debt. Because of It Works, you guys get it, right? So your Because of It Works video to me by Sunday. Please, to me by Saturday the 3rd, because I need a day to put this crap together. So I'm going to write this down, Because of It Works. I'll be kicking all of this out in the crew as well. So, Katie, what do you think I'm missing on? Anything else that we need to talk to them about before
I really think that's it. Just being their mentor, making sure they know the importance of auto ship and having them set it up to run. Don't let them give you that excuse. Be like, girl, that's, I want all auto ships to run by the 19th. So you can just be like, girl, that's 3 weeks away. I want you to pick 3 products that you're going to try. Did you pick a date?
Let's talk about that, Katie. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Think about this. Just picture it with me, team. All of your loyal customers, all of your distributors run their auto ship by the 19th. Let's say the 19th of the month. What does that mean?
Means a crap ton of volume, first off, for everybody, you guys.
Crap ton of volume, heavy loaded in the front side of the month. So that means every month, if we were to do this, if we take this seriously, we come together as a team and we all start putting this in place, moving auto ship dates for ourselves, moving auto ship dates from this point forward for your customers. And the way I do it is I say, do you want your auto ship to run on the 1st or the 15th? Right? It's very easy. They'll pick one. You don't have to. And if that doesn't work for them, then clearly they don't have to do it that way. But if you try to move everybody's auto ships to run by the 19th, then on the 19th of every month, you guys, we're going to wake up and we're going to be able to look at our charts, and we're going to be able to look at our volume, and we're going to be able to say, oh my gosh, all we need to get here or here or here or here is this.
I have to say one thing. Okay, you guys, I went diamond on March 25th of 2014. The reason why I went diamond on the 25th is because I was actually really ready for it the month before, but we didn't get a chance to tighten things up, button things up. I don't remember what we needed, maybe a little more volume and a few more distributors. I'm not really sure. But let me tell you this. I knew, I checked, and rechecked. All of my distributors that were in a ranked position made 110% sure that they had a minimum of ADBV auto ship set up. They had all their customers, they had good volume, and that they were all set up to run by the 25th. I checked my whole downline. I know you guys, some of you are above diamond, but some of you aren't diamond yet. I'm telling you what, if you want to go diamond on the 25th of this month or next month, however close you are, as long as everybody's set up on ADBV auto ship, I woke up on the 25th, guess what? Everything clicked over. We were missing one BV. I knew exactly where it was at. We placed a fat fighter order and it was done. But every single person in the ranked positions were automatically commission qualified, and everything was beautifully orchestrated and ready to go. You guys can be promoting to Ambassador Diamond, and if one executive runs an auto ship for 79 BV, that will mess the whole thing up. Do you guys get how this goes? At first it's executive, and then it's Ruby, and then it's Emerald. Everybody needs to be commission qualified. Everybody. So, I mean, for it to happen like that, like on the 25th, you don't really see a lot of people promoting on the 25th anymore, but it's possible. Just get all the auto ships in.
Well, not only that, but for that month in particular, that was the same month that I went ambassador. And for that month in particular, we needed over 25 consecutive team promotions to result in my promotion. So you want to know how the hell you organize and orchestrate all of that? Doing it, having those auto ships set up by the 19th will absolutely make that achievable on such a large scale for all of us, because it gives us that second half of the month to say, all right, this is what we need to do. Where right now we're waiting till the 25th, and on months like February where we only had 28 days, and granted, I know that's only really one day a year, but 28 days, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, we had 3 days to button up any promotions. If we get this all run by the 15th or the 19th, you guys, we still have 10 days. We still have 12 days. We still have 15 days to make that happen. And that's huge when it comes down to promotion periods. So I'm going to be putting out a enter to win thing to help us with this movement now. I'll be giving away a business box of my favorite business tools, the $100 value sent right to your house. I'm going to Amazon it right to you. Wherever you're at, and in order to enter to win that, you've got to set up your auto ship to run before the 19th. So I'll be kicking that out into the crew as well. You know, you guys, normally the past dictates your performance, right? But not here, not with it works. It does not matter how long you've been with us. It does not matter what was once before. What matters is right now, right here today, who you are, who you choose to be, what you decide to do, the actions that you put into place, the discipline that you take, the obedience that you show. And honestly, I would just really strongly urge every single one of you to not just go to bed praying for just enough, to start going to bed praying for more than you can handle, for more than enough, for the floodgates to open, praying those big, bold, crazy, audacious prayers. Don't just go to bed going, please God, let me go Emerald Diamond this month. Go to bed saying, please God, let me help 3 people go Emerald this month. 4 people go Emerald this month. Help, let me go, Diamond. Let me do this. Bigger, Bigger, guys, bigger. We have to dream bigger. We have to work harder, and we need to get louder. The only way to change is going to be from us. We're the workers. We're the 1%. We are the 20% that does 80% of the work. Okay, so don't get frustrated while you're out there. Don't hold yourself back. And guess what? If somebody tells you that they want to make Ruby money, don't put them in the position to be an Emerald. If they want to tell you that they're going to make $200 a month, don't put them in a position to be a Ruby, right? Take their goals and make it part of your goal. Because then if you trade expectation for appreciation, it's so much easier. It's so much more beautiful process. It's so much more fun. It's so much more heartfelt. The worst time I've ever had in my business is trying to force people into doing something that they didn't want to do. Everything changed for me when I started saying, their goal will help me get towards my goal, but that's not the diamond I'm looking for. I'm still looking for my diamond. I'm going to put them over here in a 400 position or under somebody that I know would really love and mentor them and be willing to take this time. I'm not going to put the pressure on them by saying, oh, you just want to make $300 a month. Well, I'm going to actually put you in a place, over here that's going to make you do more than you want. As they grow, as they start making money, as they start having those wins, the vision is going to get bigger and that dream's going to get bigger. And I promise you, you're never going to be mad that you have another diamond or somebody that wakes up in the middle of the night and decides that they want to go ambassador. But one of the quotes that I love, and I'm going to be breaking down this book for the next month, it's called In It to Win It. And every Wednesday I'm going to be going live, going through our In It to Win It series. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is if you expect to fall, you won't be discouraged, right? And I want you to be honest and open and bold with your newbies. And I want them to know that, listen, not everything's going to work. Not everyone's going to say yes. Not everyone's going to work out. But if you expect to fall, you won't be discouraged. And if you're going to walk through a minefield, follow somebody, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're going to walk through a minefield, follow somebody. And follow somebody that knows the way. That's why Katie and I are here sitting doing this Zoom with you. We're not just sitting here harping on the same thing because we wanted to waste an hour of our time. We're harping on the same thing because it's what got us here and it's what works. And when you trade that expectation for appreciation and you truly know that every single person could achieve Ambassador Diamond if they wanted to, and if they were willing to, because wanting it isn't just enough. You guys know that. They've got to be willing to jump when you say jump. They've got to be willing to get on that Zoom when you say get on the Zoom. But remember, Psalm 139 says, you go before me and follow me. You go before me and follow me, right? So your goal is important to me, but I'm going to show you the way also. Your goal is my goal too. I'll show you the way. Follow me. And just to give you guys some hoorah, not only are we going to be doing all of these Zooms and we're going to have a Ruby Zoom and a newbie Zoom, but we've got some really awesome and exciting new lives that are going to be coming into the crew. And I just want you guys to know that this is the absolute best timing you could ever be in this industry. It's the best timing that you could be an entrepreneur, because with the technology at our hands the way that it is, business will never be the same. 79 million people are going to start a home-based business in the next 5 years. 79 million. 79 million. 79 million people. That's huge. How many of them are going to be on your team? Be bold. Be loud. Share. Stop pussyfooting around. You don't have to hide it, right? You don't have to be an undercover it works, or be you. Be loud. Have fun. Share the dream. Share the vision. Share the love. And just go after it. Katie, you want to close us out with anything?
I do. You guys, for the past 15 minutes, I've been sitting here texting all the new distributors on our team saying, hey, I hope you can join us tonight for our new distributor Zoom at 8:30 EST. This is the ID number. So I'm down to 15 distributors left that I still need to send this to. But if you have a new distributor, please personally message them. Tell them what Zoom is and how to, just tell them it's an app. You can download it on your phone, tablet, or computer, or you can go to zoom.us. It's a live video conference. It's so much fun. Join us in 3 minutes. And don't just expect to tag them in a post and that they're going to get on. So you got 3 minutes to get this message out to all of your new distributors, and plug them in. This is going to be for some of them, it's going to be their first thing they'll ever see. And we've got to get them on because March is going to be madness.
Did I hear something about 3 products today, by the way?
I didn't hear 3. I just heard that whichever one whatever it is going to be like a leading product. It's going to be big.
All right, I'm sweating. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get some music on. Let's get these newbies on the Zoom. I love you guys. I'm so freaking proud of you. Crush it. We're here for you every step of the way. If you need help charting, send me pictures of your charts. Give me the breakdown. Find me on Voxer. Get with your uplines. If I am your upline, hunt me, stalk me, make me answer the phone. I'm here for you. I love you. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for jumping on with us. We're so proud of you. Have an amazing night. And we're going to go get these newbies all pumped up. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.